Wild Bill Hickok. The name itself conjures images of dusty saloons, tense showdowns, and the untamed spirit of the American West. He was more than just a man, he was a legend, a symbol of a time when the West was wild and survival depended on a quick draw and a steady nerve. Born James Butler Hickok in 1837, his path to becoming Wild Bill was anything but ordinary. From his early days as a scout and teamster, he faced danger head-on, his reputation growing with every challenge. Stories of his bravery and marksmanship spread like wildfire, turning him into a figure of awe and respect, and sometimes fear. But Wild Bill was more than just a gunslinger. He was a complex character, a man of contradictions who walked a fine line between law and chaos. He was known to be a fearless fighter, but also a charming gentleman. He had a strong sense of justice, but also a volatile temper. It was this mix of traits that made Wild Bill Hickok such a captivating figure. Hickok's early life was a crash course in survival. Growing up on the American frontier, he learned to ride, shoot, and fight at an early age. These skills served him well when he headed west, first as a stagecoach driver, then as a scout for the Union Army during the Civil War. It was during the war that Hickok's reputation as a gunman truly began to take shape. He participated in several engagements, including the Battle of Wilson's Creek, where his bravery under fire earned him accolades. One story tells of Hickok killing a Confederate guerrilla in hand-to-hand combat, further cementing his image as a fearless frontiersman. Following the war, Hickok moved further west, taking on various roles including scout, gambler, and even an occasional actor. But it was his time as a lawman that truly tested his character. He served as a deputy U.S. Marshal in Kansas, a town marshal in Abilene, and a sheriff in Deadwood. Life as a lawman in the Wild West was dangerous and unpredictable. Hickok faced down outlaws and gunslingers, often risking his own life to maintain order. His most famous confrontation was perhaps the shootout with Davis Tutt in Springfield, Missouri in 1865. Tutt, a gambler with a grudge against Hickok, challenged him to a duel over a disputed debt. The two men faced each other in the town square, and in a flash of gunfire, Tutt lay dead. Hickok's quick draw and accurate aim became the stuff of legend, but the incident also highlighted the brutal reality of life and death in the Wild West. Despite his reputation as a gunfighter, Hickok was said to have been reluctant to use violence unless absolutely necessary. He saw himself as a peacekeeper, a man who used his skills to protect the innocent. He was known to disarm opponents rather than kill them, and he often tried to talk his way out of dangerous situations before resorting to gunfire. In 1876, Wild Bill Hickok traveled to Deadwood, South Dakota, a booming gold camp brimming with fortune seekers and outlaws. Though still a legend, his health was failing and his eyesight deteriorating, yet he continued to gamble, and it was in a poker game that he met his end. On August 2nd, while playing cards in a saloon, Hickok was shot in the back of the head by a disgruntled gambler named Jack McCall. He was holding two pairs, aces and eights, a hand that has since become known as the dead man's hand. The circumstances surrounding Hickok's death remain shrouded in mystery. Some believe McCall acted alone, while others suspect a conspiracy. Whatever the truth, Hickok's death shocked the nation. A folk hero, a symbol of the Wild West, was gone, cut down in his prime. Even in death, Wild Bill Hickok's legend only grew. His exploits were recounted in dime novels and newspapers, turning him into a mythical figure. He became a symbol of the Wild West, embodying its danger, excitement, and lawlessness. But as with all legends, separating fact from fiction is a challenge. Was Hickok a cold-blooded killer or a reluctant hero? Was he a skilled lawman or a lucky gambler? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Hickok was a complex figure shaped by the violence and uncertainty of his times. He was a product of the Wild West, and his story, both real and imagined, reflects the spirit of that era. He was a man who lived by his own code, a code that often put him at odds with the law, but also earned him the respect of many. Today, Wild Bill Hickok's legacy continues to fascinate and inspire. He remains a popular subject for books, films, and television shows, each offering a different interpretation of his life and motivations. His story serves as a reminder of a time when America was a very different place, a time of vast frontiers, untamed wilderness, and endless possibilities. Hickok's life, with all its contradictions and complexities, embodies the spirit of the Wild West, a time of both great opportunity and great peril. While the Wild West is long gone, its allure remains. And Wild Bill Hickok, the ultimate gunslinger, continues to ride through our collective imagination, a symbol of an era that will never be forgotten.